Hi guys, it's Jake here at Canadian Cutting Edge. And I don't know, this might be the best knife I've had on a Monday review ever. Maybe. The Kizer Gemini. It's part of the Vanguard series, but in most stores you're paying $80 for this, which is a good price. I got mine at Mass Drop for about 2/3 of that. Really good price. What we've got is a VG10 blade, G10 handle scales. The same knife that's designed by Laconico is available in a titanium handle scale with S35VN stainless steel. And that's, of course, at a more premium price. But this is an excellent knife. At 3 inches, actually it's just a tiny bit over 3 inches from the handle scales to the tip. Hopefully, if you belong in a jurisdiction where you're only allowed 3-inch knives, the police officer is generous with that last 1/16 of an inch. You could always just sharpen it until it gets a tiny bit shorter right at the tip there. That wouldn't actually be very hard to do at all to get it right at the 3-inch mark. We've got a lightly skeletonized blade, nice pocket clip here, and this thing fits in my hand perfectly. I've got large hands that are right on the borderline with extra large. That's between 10 and 11 in the European glove sizes for men. And I love this knife. I know it's taken me a while to do this review, and I've been looking for just the prime opportunity, but it's just never going to come, so I'm doing it today. And this is a great little knife. I think you need to, and I think you want to, stick around for the full review. Coming at you right now. For starters, I do want to tell some of you guys are interested, I won't be doing a cutting demonstration with this video. I could, but if I started, I would just go on and on and on, because this guy with a full flat grind, not too thick of a blade to start with, fairly nice thickness behind the grind. This thing just slices like you would expect a VG10 knife like this to slice. You've got a stonewash blade, and there's no thumb stud to get in the way. It just slices through absolutely everything that you want to slice through. It works awesome. This is a wonderful, wonderful knife. We've got a beautiful stonewash on this blade. Hopefully that's coming through as I show you the knife. I really like it. Flipper tab. Very little writing on this knife. So there's the Kizer logo, nice and small, nondescript. And right there on the top corner of the ricasso right here, you have the model number. And it says VG10 steel there. And nice and small right here, it says Gemini. And Laconico gets his name right there on the spine of the blade. So right there between my thumb and finger, you can see it says Laconico on there. Very, very beautiful knife. The blade shape, you've got lots of belly and then a straight flat area. It's a beautifully cutting knife. G10, it's a more coarse pattern than a lot of G10 that you see, and then you get these 5 lines through it. Super comfortable in the hand. Any kind of grip you want to hold this knife with, it is very, very comfortable. You can do the reverse grip, regular reverse grip, fist grip, pinch grip, anything you can imagine. This knife just holds awesome in your hand because you just got a slight rounded end here, nice belly, slight chamfering on all the edges here. It's a great knife. It's a backspacer knife, but the backspacer is very small. And if you are an open pillar kind of guy, no problems. You take this knife apart, you take the backspacer out, and it's an open pillar knife. They design the studs such that they are thicker in that section where the G10 is. And so the liners sit properly on the outside, on the sides of the studs. You know, they're just smooth round studs in that sense. But you can have this as an open pillar knife. Easy, easy. You just take these two, well, you've got to loosen this guy up too, but you just take these 3 screws apart, open it up, and take the G10 section out of there. No problem. Fit and finish on here is awesome. Very smooth. You can't catch your nail on the edges. Well, I guess you can if you try really hard, but you know, it's very smooth there. Very smooth transition between the G10 and the liners. Just great. Lockup here is beautiful. If we can get the light on here just right. You know, the lockup is exactly where I want a brand new knife to be. It's got all that life to wear all the way over. Very nice. You've got a nice pillar there for the stop pin. And yes, that pillar is large enough for, I'll put it on the screen what the exact diameter is, but it's a large enough pillar for this size and weight of blade when it flips out. You've got ceramic ball bearings in here. And since I took it apart and I put my own lubrication in there, it flips out even easier than it did before. And I'm telling you, it flipped super easy before. So this is just, I'm pushing straight down and it flies open. Of course, you can do a light switch and pull back as well. Very, very free, very, very free knife. The detent is very adequate. Sucks the knife in right there. And, you know, it takes a bit of force to get it to pull out. Very nice. Blade centering is very good. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. It's so subtle, tiny bit off. I can only see it when I do the microscopic shot of that. Pocket clip. Okay, I wish it was a little bit deeper carry pocket clip, so I'll give it that. And I wish it was left side as well as right side, but it's a nice small pocket clip, yet it's a fully functional pocket clip that performs very well. Lanyard hole is in the optimal placement. People need to take this knife, designers, young designers need to take this knife and go to Ray Laconico and find out from him what he knows about knife design and take a class or two from him, because this thing is designed very, very well. A couple little things. This is Torx 8. These screws are Torx 9. Now, I don't know if that, I doubt, you know, that's not Ray Laconico's fault. That's Kizer. But they should have done all of the screws T8, I think. Or all of them T7, because now you've got a T7 down here. It might actually be a 6. I haven't taken the pocket clip off. But you've got 3 different size screws here, I think, which, yeah, that's not optimal. You don't have a sharpener's choil, also called a Spanish choil. That's also not optimal. I wish it had that. And that's the total extent of anything negative I have to say about this knife. There's nothing else. And all of those things, those are tiny, tiny things. Save the pocket clip. I really do wish it had left-hand side. I'm originally left-handed. I grew up left-handed. I was just so very lucky to have, to be the youngest sibling of 5. So I had 3 older brothers who were all right-handed, and my family, you know, was lower income. And so I got all the right-handed hand-me-downs, like for gloves for baseball. Even the bats. I had to use a right-handed baseball bat. Man, that was challenging. Sarcasm right there, guys. For those of you who don't know baseball at all, I don't know who where from the world you're watching, a baseball bat is a baseball bat, regardless of if you're right-handed or left-handed. And what was I saying? I was saying how I grew up, you know, left-handed, but having right-handed siblings, I learned how to be right-handed. And very often with knives, I'm actually more proficient with my right hand now than I was with my left. I started my initial career as a carpenter, cabinet maker, that kind of stuff, furniture repair. And being able to use woodworking tools with both hands really was great for me. So if you're left-handed, grab yourself some right-handed knives, make the edge dull, and then just play with it in your right hand forever until you get good at it with your right hand. That way you'll be able to buy any knife or pick up any knife and be very comfortable with it. It'll be good for you. So let's talk about all the dimensions here, and then we'll continue this discussion. Cutting edge is 7.73 centimeters, 3 inches. Blade length, 7.79 centimeters, 3.07 inches. And that's what I got. And I'm using my precision vernier calipers, the digital ones. And so, like I said, 3.07 inches from the tip to the closest piece of G10 I could get to. So, you know, if you did sharpen just for a little while and bring this tip back just a tiny, tiny bit, it would still be an awesome knife, and it would be under your 3 inches. Blade thickness, 2.88 millimeters, which is 0.113 inches. Blade depth, that's this dimension, 2.79 centimeters, 1.1 inches. Thickness of the edge behind the grind is 0.56 millimeters, which equals 0.022 inches. So my target for a 3-inch knife is to be 0.5 millimeters, so 0.56, very good thickness behind the grind. Handle length, 10.56 centimeters, 4.16 inches. The grip area in here, 8.5 centimeters, 3.35 inches. Handle thickness, not counting the pocket clip, 1.12 centimeters, that's 0.44 inches. If a handle's under half an inch, I find that good. So 0.44, very, very nice. The handle depth, that's this dimension at the widest spot here, 2.6 centimeters, so 1 inch. And the total length of this knife, oh, I forgot to say what the inches are. Well, it'll be on the screen right here. The total length in centimeters is 18.35 centimeters, which is in inches right here. How much does this little guy 3-inch knife weigh? Well, it's 99 grams, which is 3.55 ounces. So 3.5 ounces is perfect. It weighs enough so that you've got a good sense that it's there. I don't really like super, super light knives of this size, 3 inches. It's perfect in so many different ways. Like, I was serious before. If you are wanting to be a designer, I don't know if Ray Laconico does classes or not. If he doesn't, you know, he should start. This knife is designed optimally. Premier knife. How much does this knife cost? Well, I paid, what was it? It was either 49 or 59 US dollars. I'll take a look on my mass drop again, but you can find this for $80 all over the place. I am an Amazon associate, so if you buy this knife through Amazon.com, it's $80 there. I get a tiny little bit of a commission back, and that really does help out this channel. So I encourage you, if you are in the US, to buy this from Amazon, if you want one, that is. Blade HQ, Knife Center, same price, $80, and then I just stopped looking. In Canada, I looked at Blades Canada, which is also known as Warriors and Wonders. The green version is $99.99 Canadian, which is, you know, that's on par. So if you're in Canada, there's no sense in buying it from the US at all. Just go to bladescanada.ca and buy it. warriorsandwonders.com if you want to, same place. The black one, though, is another $18. I don't know why. It's $117.99. Go figure. If you want, like I mentioned before, the titanium one with the S35 VN steel, it is $199.99 Canadian. And in the US, you're paying $170 for the titanium version, which means the Canadian titanium price is better after the exchange rate is factored in than the American price. That is not very common. So you want to thank the guys at Blades Canada that that's the way it is. If you do buy this knife from Blades Canada, please let them know that you were sent there by Jake at Canadian Cutting Edge. I'm trying to build a little bit of a relationship with them, and if they know that there's sales coming their way because of my videos, that's going to help me out. So thank you very much if you do that. I appreciate it. I did not get prices in Europe or like euro prices, pounds prices. Sorry, I didn't get those prices, but I probably will have some of those listed down below in the description area. If I found this on Amazon.ca, They have none in stock right now. There's no price listed or anything, so I don't know. I will put the Amazon.ca link down there, but there probably isn't any available there. And usually Blades Canada has a better price than Amazon.ca. Be nice if Blades Canada gave me a little kickback. Okay, so that's it. Fit and finish, I already said, excellent, very good. This flipper acts as a very nice guard because they've softened the edges. The flipper tab works wonderfully when you go to use it. It's a very, very nice knife. Let's just go over the pros and cons quickly. Then I'll show you what it looks like in a pair of pants with this pocket clip, and then we'll be done. So I really like that the writing on the blade is small. That's very good. I like a very nondescript kind of stuff. I do want that information on the knife though, so I'm very happy that it's there. So that's a good thing. Very nice stonewash. It's beautiful. Very good grip. Very comfortable in the hand. It's a great slicer. It's non-threatening looking. If you put this in your lunch kit and use it to cut up your apple and stuff at work, I think that it's very non-threatening looking. The black one might look a little bit more, I don't know. It all depends on how the people in your work area look at you and stuff. I don't know. But it's really nice that way. Lanyard holes in the perfect spot. Everything about the pivot is perfect. The pivot is has one of those D slots. Let's take a look at the insides of this knife so I can show you. So this pivot can't spin, so it unlocks on this side, unscrews on this side perfectly, so it's very good that way. Take a look at the bearings. Take a look at the skeletonizing. There could be a little more skeletonizing actually. They could get it below 3.5 ounces if they would have skeletonized that just a little bit more. And if they would have put a little skeletonizing on the work side as well, the side that has the pocket clip, they could have got this knife a little bit lighter. And the negatives, basically, it's weird screws. That's not a huge negative, but 3 different sizes, that's kind of odd. And the fact that the pocket clip can't go on the left side. I would really like it if it could. That would be a great thing. I like this knife very, very much. I very seriously doubt if I will ever be selling this knife. Since I got it, I carry this knife disproportionately more than most knives that I have. I really, really like it. Let's take a look how it looks in the pants pocket. It slides in and out of the pocket very well. Just under 1/2 inch sticking out, just over a centimeter, like 1.2 centimeters sticking out there. And with the screws here, it's very easy to grab and pull out. I do like having a little bit of the knife sticking out so it's easy to grab, as long as there's not an awful lot. I also do like the super deep carry pocket clips, but this knife is more conducive to this style pocket clip. It's just Ray, you just knocked this thing out of the park. Man, it's a beautiful knife. You can get it in the green, you can get it in black, and you can get it in titanium. Thank you to everybody who is participating in my sales. That sale is ending very, very soon. Next weekend, around the 24th, I think it is, I'll be doing a sale of my knives that cost a little bit more, like this kind of knife, 50, 60, 70, 80 US dollars, something around there. A lot of those knives, well, a few of those knives of mine, I'm going to be putting up for sale. So be ready to look for that video this weekend. For those of you who aren't right at the bottom end of the budget, I think you're going to appreciate that. I don't want to do that sale, but I need to. So there you go. So this was the Gemini by Kizer. So that's it. Until next time, remember, always cut towards your chum and not your thumb.